So in this video, we're going to cover the best catch-all credit cards from the Bank of America lineup, and specifically, which card would be the best for you. Bank of America credit cards tend to be cards to consider in the late stage to end game in your credit card journey because of their multiplier structure with their preferred rewards program. When first starting out, these credit cards are not that good when compared to other issuers. But as you build your assets and net worth, specifically with Bank of America and Merrill Lynch, these credit cards become some of the most powerful earners on the market today. And when looking at that catch-all category, I want to go over and compare 3 Bank of America credit cards commonly used for this purpose, so if you're trying to pick one, you'll be able to make the right decision. But before we dive in, I want to make sure we're all on the same page and to define what really is a catch-all credit card. This is a card that you can use for any purchase that doesn't fall within an elevated multiplier category that is covered in your credit card setup. For example, restaurants, groceries, travel, or gas. And the most common version of this type of card is a 2% or 2x uncapped multiplier for all purchases. Now there are some cards that have less than that, like the Chase Freedom Unlimited, that gets you 1.5x points back. So if you're looking to farm ultimate rewards points, this card would be a great option to help give you that additional boost to your points. But there are other cards like the PayPal MasterCard that gets you a 2% cashback multiplier, but also gets you a 3% multiplier on PayPal purchases. So this could be another great catch-all credit card option as well. But in the Bank of America ecosystem, there are 4 credit cards that can be great catch-all credit card candidates: the Unlimited Cash Rewards card, the Travel Rewards card, the Premium Rewards card, and the Premium Rewards Elite credit card. Now, the Premium Rewards Elite credit card is a great card for the right person, but because the Premium Rewards card has the same exact multiplier, we won't be covering the Elite card in this video. The first thing that you notice about these 3 credit cards is that the multipliers for the catch-all category are all the same. That is 1.5% or 1.5x back on all purchases with no limit. And since most catch-all credit cards are 2% or 2x, this is not good. But like I mentioned before, the true power of these cards is when you start to build assets with Bank of America through their preferred rewards program. And for our purposes, the important tiers to be aware of are Gold, Platinum, and Platinum Honors. At the Gold tier, you must have between $20,000 and $50,000 with Bank of America or Merrill Lynch, which gets you a 25% boost to your credit card multiplier. For the Platinum tier, you must have between $50,000 and $100,000, getting you that 50% boost to your credit card multiplier. And at the Platinum Honors tier, you must have $100,000 or more, getting you a 75% boost to your credit card multiplier. If we take these boosts and apply that to our catch-all category multiplier on each card, you can see that these multipliers go from 1.5 to 1.875 to 2.25 to 2.625. And you can see that with no status or even at the Gold tier, we're still under that 2x or 2% benchmark value. So having credit cards with Bank of America at this point isn't really that helpful. But when you get to the Platinum or Platinum Honors tier, this catch-all category has a 2.25x or 2.625x multiplier respectively, and this is the point where these cards start to become particularly powerful. So I would only recommend these cards as catch-all credit cards if you're at the Platinum tier or higher with preferred rewards, because if you're not, there are much better catch-all credit cards out there, and you should probably consider those cards instead. But if you're at the Platinum tier or above and you're looking at these cards as a potential catch-all credit card for your setup, here's where things get interesting. Again, you can see on all 3 of these cards that the multiplier is pretty much the same, and we'll use the multiplier on the Platinum Honors tier for demonstration. So then the question becomes, what makes each of these cards different? Well, briefly, let's go over each of these cards to find out. Starting with the Unlimited Cash Rewards card, this card has no annual fee and a standard sign-up bonus offer of $200 after making $1,000 in purchases in the first 90 days of account opening, and it earns an unlimited 2.625% cashback on all purchases. And for the purposes of this video, that's really it for this card. The next card is the Travel Rewards card, which also has no annual fee and a sign-up bonus offer of 25,000 points after spending $1,000 in purchases in the first 90 days of account opening. It also earns an unlimited 2.625x points back on all purchases, but it also has no foreign transaction fees. Again, a pretty simple card, at least for now. And the third card is the Premium Rewards card, and this card has a little more to it than the previous 2 cards that we just talked about. This card has a $95 annual fee, and at the time of the recording of this video, has a sign-up bonus offer of 60,000 bonus points after spending $4,000 in purchases in the first 90 days of account opening. It earns 3.5x points back on travel, 3.5x points back on dining, and 2.625x points back on all other purchases with no limits, and also has no foreign transaction fees. This card also has 2 statement credits that can offset the annual fee, which are a $100 TSA pre-check and global entry credit, as well as a $100 airline incidental statement credit. So you can see that each of these cards has a very solid 2.625x multiplier when it comes to that everything else category, and have various pros and cons depending on the card. But what really separates each card is the way the cashback or points are redeemed. So let's go over that aspect in more detail. I've scoured through the terms and conditions so you don't have to, and understanding the redemption methods on each card is one of the most important factors when choosing which one of these catch-all credit cards is the right choice for you. As you'd expect, the most flexible redemption option is going to be on the Unlimited Cash Rewards card. With this card, you can redeem cash back for a statement credit, a direct deposit made directly into a Bank of America checking or savings account, or a deposit into a cash management or 529 account with Merrill for a redemption value of 1 cent per point. You can also pay for purchases when you shop at Amazon at a 1 cent per point redemption rate, or check out with PayPal using your cashback using PayPal's Pay with Rewards program. And redeeming for cashback on this card is the most flexible of the 3 because when doing a one-time redemption into a Bank of America or Merrill account, there is no minimum redemption amount. But if you want to do an automatic redemption where you can set your cashback on autopilot, there's a minimum redemption value of $25. So I think the Unlimited Cash Rewards card is a great choice for simplicity and ease of access for the cashback that you earn, which brings us to the Travel Rewards card, which is a little more complex. Now remember that both the Unlimited Cash Rewards card and the Travel Rewards cards have no annual fee, but the Travel Rewards card also has no foreign transaction fees, which is a huge plus. And for this card, you earn points, not cash back, and these points can either be redeemed for a travel credit or a cash reward, and both of these redemption options start at 2,500 points. If we look at the travel credit in particular, it becomes clear that this is the best and preferred way to redeem your points using this credit. This is because the points are redeemed as a statement credit to offset a previous travel or dining purchase at a rate of 1 cent per point. If we look at the other method of redemption, which is a cash reward, you can do this, but the redemption value is much worse. Cash rewards are redeemed for a check or a direct deposit into a Bank of America checking or savings account or into a Merrill cash management account for 0.6 cents per point. And so with this card, this redemption is totally not worth it because it gets you a little more than half the value as compared to the travel credit method. There is one other method as well, and that's redeeming for gift cards, but the redemption starts at 3,125 points, and the gift card redemption value varies, so again, it's probably better to redeem using that first method to offset a travel or dining purchase on your card. And next we have the Premium Rewards card, and thankfully this redemption option is much simpler than the Travel Rewards card. With this card, you can redeem your points for a statement credit, a direct deposit into a Bank of America checking or savings account, or a deposit into a cash management account or 529 with Merrill at a redemption rate of 1 cent per point. You can also redeem points in the Bank of America Travel Center for 1 cent per point or for gift cards. But one downside of these redemptions is that you must have at least 2,500 points to redeem, which is equal to a $25 minimum redemption threshold, which is not the biggest deal, but still one limitation that you have to keep in mind. Okay, so now that we know all about the Unlimited Cash Rewards card, the Travel Rewards card, and the Premium Rewards card, both from the earnings and the redemption side, which one of these cards is right for you, assuming you're at the Platinum tier or above? Well, like all credit card strategies, it all comes down to your goals, both with rewards and with your overall credit card strategy. When comparing these 3 cards, there's a lot of variables that are similar. For example, Bank of America doesn't have any transfer partners, and the points you earn on these cards are all locked at a maximum of 1 cent per point. And so these options are essentially for some form of cash back, and I think these are all great cards to use either in a cash back credit card setup or even a hybrid credit card setup. But the differences are going to come down to the unique characteristics of each card, both on the earnings side as well as the redemption side, which is going to determine which card is going to fit your strategy the best. Starting with the Unlimited Cash Rewards card, this is the most flexible card for cashback on your catch-all category spending. You can redeem cashback directly into your bank account for any amount manually, but it also has an automatic redemption option as well. And I'm personally a big fan of this automatic redemption feature, and I use this on my customized Cash Rewards card. As my cashback is redeemed as a direct deposit into my account in $25 increments, my rewards are being redeemed on autopilot, and it's one less thing in my life that I have to worry about. Going back to the Unlimited Cash Rewards card, it has no annual fee, which is solid, but one downside to the card is that it does have a 3% foreign transaction fee, so this card is only really useful as a catch-all credit card in the United States. With all of this in mind, this card is for those of you who want a simple, flexible cashback credit card and plan to use this card exclusively in the US, since you'd probably need a backup option when traveling abroad. But if you do plan on using your catch-all credit card internationally, then the Travel Rewards card is probably a better fit. But you'll pay for that privilege of having no foreign transaction fees with more confusing redemption options. As I mentioned before, the best way to redeem your Travel Rewards points on this card is to redeem for a statement credit to offset travel and dining purchases on your card to get that 1 cent per point redemption value. But to do this, you must have a travel or dining purchase on your card in the first place so you can offset that charge. And if we do the math, at the Platinum Honors level, which gets you 2.625x points back on all purchases, you'll have to spend around $950 to earn 2,500 points, which is the minimum threshold for a points redemption. And if you're using this card as a part of a credit card setup, chances are that the travel and dining categories are covered by another card, so it's highly unlikely you'll have one of these purchases on the card already. And of course, it's not the biggest deal to put a single travel or dining purchase on this card to make a Travel Rewards redemption at 1 cent per point, but it's just another hoop to jump through. It may not seem like a lot on its own, but the way the credit card market is going with all of these annoying statement credits, this can add to the death by 1,000 paper cut situation where many small annoyances ultimately lead to statement credit burnout. So if you're cool with that extra step of putting a single dining or travel charge on this card for that specific redemption option, then you'll be rewarded with this very powerful catch-all credit card with no annual fee and no foreign transaction fees. But some of you are okay with paying extra for that simplicity, and I'm referring to the next card on our list, which is the Premium Rewards card. This card has a $95 annual fee, but remember it comes with that $100 incidental credit, so if you can use that, then this card technically pays you $5 to keep it. But even if you don't, this card comes with no foreign transaction fees, so it can serve as your catch-all credit card, both at home and abroad. This card also gives you the option to redeem as a statement credit or as a direct deposit into your Bank of America checking account at 1 cent per point, making this card a very simple cashback credit card. And let's not forget about the 3.5x dining and 3.5x travel multipliers on this card as well, which makes this card even better for those particular categories. From my perspective, this card is a great catch-all credit card for those of you who value simplicity, but travel enough that that $95 annual fee can be offset by that $100 incidental credit, and you also need a catch-all credit card with no foreign transaction fees. And to summarize everything I just said, here are the 3 cards compared by the annual fees, foreign transaction fees, and the best redemption methods. This chart really hammers home which card would be the best catch-all card depending on your situation, so feel free to pause the video here to analyze it and see which factors are the most important to you when choosing one of these cards. So I hope that this video helped you better understand the subtle differences between these 3 Bank of America catch-all credit cards and gives you some ideas to help you make the right choice for your own specific situation. But the Premium Rewards Elite credit card is a solid choice as well, and to learn more about that card, check out this video next.